we will get straight on the action. So entering the battery in the cage first, into the red corner, make some noise for Harda Karim.
But it seems like our UK teams are especially starting to catch up with them, and it's going to be very interesting tonight to watch how Harda Kim tries to break his 3-3 even record. His last fight over there on Cage Warriors Academy, he won by armbar. He's got 4 fights in 2021, so he's really looking to step back into the cage and start adding to that experience. And 4 fights, you know, you can only build from strength to strength usually. So Harda Kim representing Frontline Academy in all of those great Scandinavian nations. It's going to be very interesting.
I love them. This is great in here tonight. Yeah, well, the hangar in Wolverhampton is an incredible venue for fights. It's really got a wonderful atmosphere. You could got a great view from everywhere in here, and in shape as well.
Is he ever? Veins on veins in that kid.
And entering the cage into the blue corner, make some noise for Sandor.
Sandor coming out representing Budapest top team. He won with a reverse triangle, Steve. A really interesting submission on his last fight, and it's such an unusual submission to catch in MMA, especially because you're not really facing away from the head very often to catch them in that upside down triangle position. But he caught it, and he's looked very good since. And although he's only had 1 fight, 1 win, he's very, very active. He's done lots of smokers, lots of interclubs, everything he can to kind of build some experience so that he's ready to up that level and step into the MMA battle arena cage.
Yeah, the lights are definitely bright here in Wolverhampton tonight, and you don't want that to put you off. But winning in that reverse triangle position, it suggests to me 2 things, Chris. 1, that he's comfortable off his back, and 2, that he's able to execute real high-level submissions in difficult situations. So we know that Frontline Academy tends to be a very forward-coming gym, very strong wrestling, strong no-gi grappling from the top position. I wonder how these 2 guys are going to match up. And again, he's come in amazing shape. This is going to be awesome. Just waiting for our official announcement, and then we're getting ready. First fight of the evening. Let's go.
Introducing first the fighter in the red corner, weighing 66.5 kilograms, representing the Frontline Academy. Make some noise for Harda Karim. And here comes the fighter in the blue corner, weighing 65.8 kilograms, representing Budapest. Make some noise for Sandor. Polik.
So we have Harda Polik in the navy blue shorts and Harda Karim in the black shorts. Here we go. It's battle of the bots, Steve.
So Polik in the blue and Karim in the black. Touch gloves. Immediately we've got Polik coming out southpaw. It's going to be interesting, and comes in for a takedown earlier. Does Karim? Kind of shows his style there, but then gets up high with the high kick.
Yeah, you think with Polik pulling off such a slick victory in his last fight, he'd be nervous of taking it to the floor, but it's clearly the game plan. But often with these frontline fighters, it is the game plan. They're wrestling heavy, well, they think that other people aren't. This is Battle Arena Wolverhampton, brought to you by Supology, Power Grip Sports, and Eric's Fight Gear.
Here we are. Now this is quite interesting. Obviously we've got one hailing from Hungary, one hailing from Norway. This is what we talk about, the best of the cream of the crop in terms of European MMA. Even at the amateur level, these boys come in and they're absolutely stacked. You can tell by the condition that they're both in and the fact that they're executing very good technique from this over-under clinch. I'm interested that neither of them seem to have the dominant head position at the moment, maybe just showing a little bit of their inexperience here. Man, just pushing him right against the cage. is Polik at the moment. That's gonna wear on Karim as he continues to try to come inside for the throw.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get that kind of judo throw off the cage, not space, but there we go. Polik has the space to do it. We can pull him away. He can get his own hip throw. But it's a pretty even battle at the moment, but Polik just strong enough and with a slightly better position, able to hold Karim against the cage. Now he's looking for a trip. Beautiful trip.
Butterfly guard there from Karim.
And this is what we saw from Polik
back
before. Just very slick on the... Oh, Karim with it! Imanari roll scene! That might be the first ever Imanari. And then a hook kick, a spinning hook kick.
Oh, this is such a privilege. That was an amazing little combination there. He drops low for his double leg. He's on both legs here. Polik pulls him up like he's pulling up his trousers in the morning, and he pushes him back against the cage.
Yeah, he did shoot from a long way out, Steve. It was fairly easy to read for Polik. And now Polik with a takedown of his own again.
Yes, he does. He's trying not to get drawn in here, but now he's sprawled back as in front headlock position.
Looking for a choke, I think, Steve. Trying to get his hands together. Kind of this half now, so trying to force him onto his back, maybe.
Maybe trying to get him to bring his head up, and then he comes in for the guillotine.
It's one of those things about these amateur MMA gloves. It can be hard to get submissions under the chin because they're just big gloves.
They're very puffy over the top, aren't they?
Yeah.
But now he's driven him back in, and he's landing some ground and pound up against the fence. Polik doing very well to stay busy here as we enter the last 30 seconds of this first round. He's done well to dominate that over-under clinch and press Karim back, owning the position and showing great cage control.
Yeah, we just saw that beautiful moment from Karim of the Imanari attempt where you spin and try and trap the legs, followed by a wheel kick, but apart from that, it's been, he caught the leg to the face, he shot as...
He seems to dust it off though.
Beautiful!
There you go, he drops in again, he comes up tied with the right hand.
We saw the takedown there, and that was smart, Steve, because I think he got a little bit rocked by that kick. It was unfortunate timing as he shot for the takedown, he ate that kick to the face, but it was smart MMA skills there. He went to shoot for the takedown as he was rocked. You know, you don't want to get into a brawl if your chin's been compromised a little bit, and he does look absolutely ready to go for round two.
He definitely no-sold it too. He just stood right back up, landed a right hand at the very end there. That shows to the judges that it didn't hurt. It might have hurt, but it shows to the judges that it didn't hurt. And the interesting thing about that was if you look back at that kick, which we can't do at the moment, but as he brings the right kick up, he didn't hit him right at the apex of the kick where it had the most power. It was still in that kind of chamber of the fire there, of firing it forward. So he didn't catch it full force, but he ran on into it.
There's a bit of a contrast here, Steve. Polik looks like he's warmed up, whereas Karim looks like he's tired.
That's what happens when your back's against the cage the entire time and you're trying to push off. That's where that over-under throw works, because if you have your opponent backed against the cage, they're trying to push up and off of it, which gives you the momentum to throw them.
So yeah, we just heard you didn't hear us for the first start of this fight. So we just recap. We have Polik in the navy blue and Karim in the black, and what an exciting first round that was, Steve.
Yeah, the Hungarian in the blue, Norwegian in the black, and like we said, the best of the best from Europe. We've seen a lot of that spinning wheel kick comes back. Bit of cat and mouse here in the second round, trying to chase him up. The southpaw there. Oh, he's got his hands together. He's going to drag him away from the cage and get the big double. He's got to pull him away and try to really use his head position there to push away. Switch position there from Karim.
Very good wrestling from Karim to reverse that position.
That was great. And now he's got the underhook and he's pressing Polik into the cage. A bit of reversal of fortunes from the first round.
Oh, Polik eats a big jab.
Karim seems to be settling in here in the second round.
Karim with a step forward overhand right, chuck it down style.
And both fighters are getting a bit more wild here.
Beautiful inside trip. Oh, almost the reversal from Polik.
Stands right back up. Really hard to keep Polik down. Question mark kick. That's what I want to see. Karim doing exactly what I was about to suggest, just keeping those punches straight and trying to get connections.
I feel like Karim is just overcommitting, Steve. He's just looking for a knockout on every punch, and it's making him tired. It also means he's kind of loading up on everything, and with the big wheel kicks as well. It's all a little bit predictable for Polik.
A bit predictable indeed. Maybe is after that whole no-sell in the first. He's got a Kimura trap here, but that no-sell off that kick, he's trying to get Polik to actually respect him and respect that power. So right now he's got that Kimura trap and he's bringing it up. And there, Polik back on the legs again, goes right back to the game plan, and now he's on both legs and he's going to have to try to drive him away. Either switch off to the single or pull him up and away. I'd like to see Polik kind of climb up the body there because he was having a lot of success with the over-under earlier.
What's interesting about this fight is I feel they both came in with the same strategy. They both thought, I'm going to set up with the strikes, I'm going to get my big takedown, and I'm going to be more dominant on the ground. And so far, neither fighter showing real dominance in the wrestling exchanges. Both
almost fighting a mirror right now.
Yeah, moments of brilliance for both of them. But Kareem just doing a good job of, every time he's in trouble, using that Kimura trap, jumps for a triangle or reverse triangle. We talk about how Polik has used that one before, and now maybe just watching the video just persuaded him. Now he's almost like he could sneak to the back, but his weight's too far forward. I think we're going to see Polik pull his head out the back and finish on top.
It's really hard because it's over the shoulder on that side. He's got one hook in on his left side.
Yeah, he's still looking for the triangle, I think.
Just to be in an awkward position here, but maybe he can pull out that Kimura. Now he's got his hand, he's posting up on it at the moment.
I think the cage is kind of stopping him being bumped over the top, Steve, and that's smart. That's good cage craft. He's switched to an armbar. Polik's in trouble here. He's trying to extend Polik's right arm. Will he be able to get the finish?
We've got 10 seconds left, 10 seconds remaining. He's really got to go for broke here.
Yeah, the issue is he's stacked against the cage, Steve, so he just can't arch his back, can't drive to get the finish. And Polik knows it as well.
Let's let go.
Good round. I mean, it's a good argument that there's a round apiece now.
I think so. I really do, especially as Karim was showing a lot of, putting Polik in danger, whereas Polik was able to control every situation in the first round. We're seeing it be more of an even keel in the second. Now it's all to play for in the third. Now these are 3-minute rounds, three 3-minute rounds. You get a bit of a feel for each other and then it breaks.
Yep.
Bit of a feel for each other and then it breaks. So there's not a lot of time to work on the ground. Whereas you saw there Karim finishing on his back in the third, but maybe having more time would have benefited him.
Yeah, I feel like although we saw Polik shoot for takedowns, Karim blocked all of them beautifully with Kimura traps, and then was kind of semi on the back, and then when he slid off, switched to that arm attack. So definitely a much more aggressive round for him. Scored a lot more points. I feel like this is anyone's fight, but it's actually a little bit down. It's kind of unusual, but it's really going to be down to the corners making an adjustment. I think if they can get Polik to sit back on his jab and be patient, he's going to see one of those big overhand rights come in, be able to counter it, slip off, and come back with his own big shot. And for Kareem, if he can time it a little bit better and just be told just to set it up, relax a little bit, he's going to be a lot more effective.
Yeah, Karim was definitely phoning those shots in from last week. I think if
the flying knee for opener.
It's nice. You're seeing these guys settle in here, and it's nice that they're treating it like an amateur fight. They're both expressing themselves, using techniques. We're not seeing them be very cagey, other than maybe against the cage itself. But it's nice to see them in open play, both throwing a myriad of techniques in there. Polik gets the double leg for which he's worked so hard for.
And this is early in the round, Steve. He's still got 2 minutes 40 to work.
He really needs to smother him here and stay on top. I think maybe that's what the corner called for. Bring those elbows together and finish your takedown early. Have confidence. I think Polik is just going from strength to strength here.
And this is the bit of MMA we've seen improve the most in the last year or two with the Khabib and the Dagestani takeover, is this kind of holding someone against the cage, taking their posts away, stopping them all walking, and being able to dominate. But, really bit of rubber guard there from Harda Kareem.
And he's using it just to
control
bother
the position.
Polik with strikes here.
So if Polik tries to pull himself out, Steve, which is the instinct, that will make things worse. But if he does this and drive forwards, he knew exactly what to do in that position. Or risk going up his
nice
back.
Granbury roll.
Cartwheel kick.
I just like Karim's style.
I love his style.
Really cool in this 145-pound featherweight tilt.
Really contrasts the styles of kind of Polik sticking to the basics, the keep it simple, stupid approach, and doing it very well, looking very efficient. And then Kareem with these flash moments of brilliance.
Yeah, Karim being a bit of the wild child here, but you've got to think that it's good to play it not necessarily safe, but do what's going to cause damage and then make it work for yourself. Because again, he's on his back here. We've got some domination. We've got some kicks landing from there.
Yeah, it's all a little bit of a question as well. In the judges' eyes, how much do they score? Like that handstand kick was amazing, but I don't think it had much power on it. It didn't really do any damage. And the goal is damage, but it got the crowd reacting. It was just an exciting moment.
It just looked cool. Oh, there we go. I like to see that from Polik. Oh, and he just shoves him to the ground there.
So
comes
physical.
Over the top here. this is where that wild style is gonna work against Karim, because we know Polik is very, very competent off of his back.
Yeah, and he likes this closed guard position.
But again, it's not where you want to be if you're Polik right now.
No, and it's all about the judge's eyes. You know, he might be effective from here, but in the judge's eyes, generally the guy on top is going to be winning. And you know, the first criteria of judging is damage, and Karim's in a good position to land some ground or pound.
25 seconds here, coming to those closing moments.
It's going to be hard to pick this fight.
Again, great to be in the commentary booth, not exactly great to be a judge. Because Karim is on top, he's doing enough to stay on top and enough to do damage. He's holding him down, and this scores. Invariably, this is what's going to score. You're staying on top, you're bothering him with punches, and you're going to finish the fight on top. That leaves the judges thinking, look at this, and now he's doing some serious damage. That is what's going to decide the round in favor of Karim. Right there. So if you think about it, a third round guarantee go to Karim.
Yep.
Right there. So that's punching your check. He's got his hand up in the air, and he's making himself look the winner.
I actually, until the last 20 seconds of that round, I actually had Polik slightly ahead, but yeah, finishing on top, landing heavy ground and pound was, I think, enough to get in that third round and the second. So 2 rounds to 1.
Some really nice things from both fighters there. I like Polik's no sell. He just no dice the kick in the first round, came up top with the right, was really owning against the cage, and that's where you've got to go. You've got to go where your bread and butter is. Are you holding against the cage? Are you winning in that over-under? When he let it go, get more open and get a bit wilder, it went over Karim's way, and that's the way it kind of edged over. I'm looking at my judges here, trying to get a look from them.
Yeah, but you got Marty Wolf judging. Anyway, they're going to pick someone in the crowd.
The big blind wolf. he's right over
he's
there.
An excellent judge, but he's a good friend of ours. That's not really criticising him. He's very good.
Of course we're criticising. It's fun. Okay. Because we're just from here.
He's the guy with the Labrador and the white stick over there.
You're the man. You're the man. He's looking at me. He's you got it. You got it, bro. I'm sure you do. Polik might have it, but you guys are both awesome. They got a really, really bright future, both of these fighters. They're in incredible shape, a great myriad of techniques, and just looked confident and competent in there. So we're going to go to our official announcement here, and Carson's going to announce it. Could be anybody's game. I'll be happy with either winner.
I'm going to take a lead. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the great first contest that was of the evening. So after 3 rounds.